So far we learned about how to create an input parameter variable and how we apply it on the projection nodes we seen, correct? Now what we learned in our earlier session, when we create an input parameter variable and apply it on one of the column, and the input parameter what we created is a optional input parameter variable. Okay, so if we apply it to one of the column and execute it, if you provide filter, then it will fetch data according to your filter. But if you don't provide any filter, for example M1 applied, M1 data came here. If you don't provide any input to your input parameter variable and simply click on OK because of it is optional input parameter variable, then system doesn't bring any information. Okay, like like in our Bex query here, passing star doesn't work. Okay, if you pass star to a input parameter variable, system doesn't bring all data for you. It won't consider asterisk as a selection for all kind of data. So it is simply consider this star also as one of the value field, and it will search for only stars in your data. Okay, so now in our session what we are going to learn is how to make input parameter variable optional, and if we don't pass any input to it, also it must bring all data from the source. So let's see how we can achieve this kind of scenario. The scenario is, if you don't pass anything to input parameter variable, the requirement is it must fetch all data from your source. And if you pass filter to your input parameter variable, it will fetch only the provided data set. Okay, how we can achieve this? So to achieve this, we need to do some checks here. So one thing is, on the input parameter variable, you must define a constant. Okay, what we need to maintain here, we need to maintain one constant star on the on this variable. So currently the example which I taken is input parameter variable of type single value and optional. I am providing a constant value of star. Okay, so giving this a star doesn't complete the design. So still we need to perform few more activities. Now let's apply this input parameter variable on your required column. Here I am applying it on material. So if you see here, I already, since it is a single value of type, operator equal to input parameter I provided on the value section. So now if I go to the expression tab, in the expression I can see material is equal to my input parameter. Now you have to edit this for expression. So only passing this kind of a single expression doesn't meet our requirement. So to make this input parameter as optional, so you need to write here one R condition. Okay, you need to add one more R condition. In the R condition, you need to write a statement: input parameter variable is equal to star asterisk. So first of all, what is this expression? In our previous session we learned, so whatever filter you written in the expression, this will be applied on each and every row of your data set. For example, in this table, if I have 9 records, on the 9 records this particular filter is applied, and on each record level, and if the overall value is true, then the record will come to my next output. If not, the record will be filtered out from the output dataset. Okay, so for example, what happens if I provide my input parameter filter as M1? Okay, so let's first of all learn this on the system side, for example on Excel sheet, then we will see how exactly this code working. So let's say I have a document number column and material column. Okay, 1001 document number with M1 and 1002 document number with M2 and 1003 document number with M1. So this is my data set. Let's say I have 3 records in my source table, and this is my input parameter variable. I am applying my input parameter as M1. So what happens, and what is my expression? What is the expression I written here? So let's take this expression also, copy. Okay, go to our Excel sheet and provide here. How this expression is working for each record here, let's see. So when I pass input parameter as M1, then what it will check? So for each record this expression will works. Okay, so for first record, when it is working for first record, so this material is replaced with M1 because from this record the material information is M1. Okay, so now input parameter, let's keep this somewhere like this. Mm, Value, okay, value from record and input filter and result. So what is happening from my input, from my record, my value from the record is M1, and this is equal to my input parameter variable which is applied M1. Since M1 equal to M1, the result is true. The result is true. So when the result is true, what is happening? When in the R condition, if any one is true, the overall result is true. So in this case, what happened? The entire condition filter expression is resulting as a true. So this record comes to our output. Okay, and comes to the second record. In the second record, my value from the record is M2. The filter I applied is M1. So M1, M2 is equal to M1 filter expression will be checked. Since false, this is false, this will be false here, not false. So this is false. And then I written one more statement called dollar material is equal to star, which is nothing but input parameter is equal to star. So this is also wrong. Okay, this is also wrong because M here it is M1 which is equal to star, false. When both are false, the output, complete output of this expression is false. So in this case, what happened? Second record doesn't come to my output. Okay, now now similarly checking for third record, here I am from record it is M1, my filter is M1, so both are true, then my overall result of my record is true. This also will comes into my output. So when I am passing input parameter as M1, so first record and third record is satisfying the criteria. These two comes as a output. Okay, now so let's go to our calculation view, activate our calculation view, execute, and if I press, if I give instead of M1 here, I given star as a default value, that's why I am getting a star. I need to remove star and provide M1 and click on OK. Raw data, sorry, something wrong, just a second. It came here like this. Activate, refresh, M1, you see M1 data coming to my output. Now what I am going to do is I am going to now provide my selection as star. Okay, earlier when we tried with star, what happened? No data came to my output. But when I am giving star now, you see now all data coming to my output. How I am getting this time all data to my output? Why? Because of this extra whatever code we written here, because of this extra code of line, I am getting all my output. So let's see how exactly this is working. Okay, so to explain this, initially I explained this scenario. Now let's do this one more, time this one. So now my value from record, for example, for the first record, what is happening? My value is M1, correct? So my value is M1. On the input parameter, I have star. Okay, so what happened? The first expression material is equal to M1 is equal to star, which is false. So this is false. R, and my second condition here written is input parameter is equal to star. Yes, my input parameter means is star and the value is equal to star. Both are equal. So what is happening? My second statement is always true when I am passing star. So in our condition, if one is the true, then the overall value is true. So for each and every record, I am getting true condition here. Because I am making each and every record as a true, all the records will come to my output screen. Okay, this is how it is working. So to make any input parameter variable, optional input parameter as a as optional input parameter variable as an optional, you by keeping this kind of constant star and writing some extra code on your input on your column where you are applying this, you can achieve all data coming to your output. So that's all about this concept. Let me stop recording.